Our Tennessee state standard, as it has been for a while since we've been on equations, is to solve linear equations with rational number coefficients, including equations whose solutions require expanding expressions using the distributive property and collecting like terms. Your lesson objective that you need to write down: I can, or I am learning to, use the distributive property to solve multi-step equations. All right. Steps for solving multi-step equations. First, box in the terms inside the parentheses and multiply each box by the number outside. So I box in my terms. This is what we did yesterday, just to the expressions. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times positive 2 is positive 8. I'm going to box in my terms again. Step 2 says to combine like terms. Well, we have a variable and a constant, not alike. We have a constant, nothing to compare it to. So we move to step 3, eliminate a variable. We only have one variable and two constants, so we cannot eliminate a variable. So we move to step 4, eliminate the constant on the side with the variable. Here's the variable, here's the constant on the same side. We need to do the opposite of plus 8, so we're going to subtract 8 from each side of the equation. That leaves us with 4x equals 8. Step 5 says to divide by the coefficient. That's the number with the variable. So x equals 2. And if I plug that back in, 2 plus 2 is 4 times 4 is 16. And we check. So you'll need to pause the video or stop it and write those steps down on your notes. All right, some more examples. Box in the terms inside the parentheses and multiply by what's outside. Negative 3 times 9 is negative 27. Negative 3 times positive 1x is negative 3x. That equals 33. We have no like terms, constant, variable, constant. We only have one variable, so we can't eliminate it. So we need to eliminate the constant on the side with the variable. Here's the variable. Here's the constant we need to get rid of. So we eliminate it by doing the opposite of minus 27, which is plus 27, on each side of the equals, or the equation. That leaves us with negative 3x equals 60. We divide by negative 3 and get x equals negative 20. All right, so let's check this real quick. Negative 3 times 9 plus negative 20. That will be negative 3 times 9 minus 20 is negative 11, which equals 33, which is what we have. So negative 20 is correct. Box in your terms inside of the parentheses. Multiply by what's outside. 5 times a is 5a. 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. No like terms, variable, constant, constant. Only one variable, we can't eliminate it, so we have to eliminate the constant by doing the opposite. So we're going to add 35 to each side of the equation. That leaves us with 5a equals 59. We divide by 5. That leaves us with 5 goes into 5 one time. 5 goes into 9 one time with 4 left over. You could also write that as a decimal. 4/5 is the same thing as 8/10. Now, a little extra credit for you. The solution to number 2 above is not an integer. It's a rational
May I have
number.
your attention, please, teacher, staff, and visitors. If you have not signed the liability waiver, please come to the front doors with Ms. McCollum. Sign that, please. Again, if you are
Fast
here
time.
and are participating tonight, please sign the liability waiver at the front. Thank you.
So a little extra credit. What one change could you make to this original equation so that the solution would be an integer and not a rational number? All right. Step 1, box in terms inside the parentheses. Guess what? We have that on both sides. So 12 times x is 12x. 12 times positive 3 is positive 36. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times positive 12 is positive 48. And then we keep our 6x. Box in terms. Step 2 says we combine like terms. Variable, constant. Nothing alike on the left side. Variable, constant, variable. So we can put our variables together. 4x plus 6x is 10x. And then we bring plus 48 down. And this side stays the same because we had no like terms. Step 3, eliminate a variable. Remember, this is the point where I said you can eliminate any of these terms. We're going to eliminate a variable because that's the way our steps go. Let's get rid of 10x because it's smaller than 12. That keeps us from having negative coefficients. So 12 minus 10 is 2x plus 36 equals 48. Oops. Now step 4, we want to eliminate the constant on the same side as the variable. Here's the variable, here's the constant. We do the opposite, minus 36, minus 36. 2x equals 48 minus 36 is 12. Step 5, divide by the coefficient. X equals 6. So let's see. 6 plus 3 is 9, so that's 12 times 9. And then this would be 6 plus 12 is 18, so 4 times 18 plus 6 times 6, which is 36. So 12 times 9 is 108. This is where it helps to have a calculator and just plug it in. 4 18s, 72. Plus 36 equals 108. So it checks. And this is a really long one. You have to stick through it through all the steps. All right, some more examples. Plugs in terms. Multiply by what's outside. 2 times g is 2g. 2 times positive 8 is positive 16. 4 times g is 4g. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Variable constant, no like terms. Variable constant, no like terms. So eliminate a variable. Let's get rid of 2g. 16 equals 2g minus 12. Let's box in our terms. We want to eliminate the constant, so we're going to do plus 12. 2g equals 28. Divide by our coefficient, g equals 14. So 14 plus 8 that's 22. And 14 minus 3, that would be 11, which is 44, 44, and we are checked. Last one, box in your terms inside the parentheses and multiply by what's outside. Negative 6 times n is negative 6n. Negative 6 times positive 9 is negative 54. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times negative 7 is negative 28. Box in terms. Box in terms. Variable constant, no like terms. Let's get rid of a variable. That's a negative, so it's the smaller one. So we're going to add 6n. That leaves us with negative 54 equals 26n minus 28. We want to eliminate the constant, so we're going to add 28. Leaves us with 26n equals negative 26. We divide by 26. We get n equals negative 1. Well, let's see. Negative 1 plus 9 would be negative 6 times 8, which is negative 48. And 5 times negative 1 is -5 minus 7, so that would be 4 times -12 equals -48. We are checked, and that is the end of your lesson. I will see you tomorrow.